Let's make Filipino pancit. Pancit is a dish that can be used either for a side dish or a main dish. It includes vegetables like cabbage, carrots, onions, and other various vegetables that you'd like to add. It's a very simple dish, but yet it's filling. It's one of those dishes that are comforting for you. So, what I'm doing is I've just finished chopping up my cabbage to go into my pancit. And then what I'm going to get ready to do is to chop my green onions. And you can just chop them as small as you like or as big as you like. But they really, really add a lot to the dish. So after I finish chopping up my green onions, I'm going to start with my regular onions. And I'm just going to chop those in a bite-sized kind of order. So next, I'm going to get started with my carrots. Yum, yum. Carrots are always good in a meal. So I'm just getting those, cutting them into two strips. And then what I'm going to do is cut across them and make them into chunks. And that's just so that it cooks into the pancit in an easy way. So now let's get started with our meat. I am using pork chops because pork chops are easy to use, but you can use any type of meat you like. You can use chicken, shrimp, beef, just whatever your fancy is for. And I'm just going to chop my pork chops up into little squares, bite-sized squares, so that they can cook evenly when I do start to cook them and get them all ready. So what I'm doing is I'm putting this in my bowl, and to my bowl, I'm going to add soy sauce. Okay, so we get ready to do the cooking part of our pancit. So let me get some oil. Well, I can spray some oil in. Let's see what happens. There we go. Okay, so let's get our vegetables in there. Gonna put in my cabbage. Carrots. And I'm just gonna stir fry this around a little bit. One thing about this wok, it's a cast iron wok, and I have to remember not to touch the edges because it gets hot. Let's put in a little bit of onion. I tell you, this is such a good dish, so you can use it as a main dish, or you can use it as a side. And it smells delicious. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and put a little pepper on there. There you go. And then to that, I'm going to add a little salt. There we go. So what I'm going to do, go ahead and scoop this out. It smells good just like this. And this is a good dish because you got your vegetables, your meat. Okay, so what I'm going to do is spritz my skillet again. And the reason I'm not worrying about the vegetables being in there because I'm going to put the vegetables in there anyway. Okay, so let's go ahead and add our meat. Let's give it a little soy sauce. Then I'm going to give it some onions. Well, the rest of these onions. And some garlic. Need this to crank up. I'm going to put some garlic in here. I love garlic, as you can tell. Now, as far as meat. You can use pork. You can use beef. You can use shrimp. You can use whatever kind of meat you want to use. Okay, as you can see, the temperature's starting to come up on my meat here. And I'm just going to give it a stir fry. And I tell you, oh my God, if you could smell this, you would be wanting to eat it now. So I'm going to let it have probably another 10 minutes cooking. And then I'm going to add my other stuff. Okay, so as you can see, our vegetables are cooking and they're getting soft. And that's making our juice for our pancit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some fish sauce. You don't have to add fish sauce, but it enhances the flavor. And I'm going to add some sesame seed oil. Just a little. And I'm going to let this continue to cook. Now, as far as your noodles, I've seen people eat this over their noodles, but I've never ate it like that. I've always ate mine with my noodles cooked in. So, what you would normally use is rice noodles. But, because I went to the store and couldn't find what I was looking for, I had to improvise. So, because your noodles should be like a really fine kind of noodle, thin, I got angel hair pasta is what I'm using in mine. Because I tell you, a lot of times you can never find what you're looking for. Okay, as you can see, what I'm going to add to this, oh my God, it smells so good. I want some right now. What I'm going to add to this is a little more soy sauce. And my neighbors are going to feel lucky because I'm going to share. So I can't eat all of this by myself. So, there's more soy sauce in there. Okay, I'm going to give it a stir. And as you can see, it all just incorporates so deliciously. The smell is unreal. And then you've got your meat and everything in here. And it's so easy, really, to make. Okay. So what I'm going to get ready to add in here now is my green onions, which is going to give it some color. And give it a little mix again. I'm flopping stuff all over the place. There we go. And there you have it, pancit. And I tell you, once you ever eat this, you will love it. And like I said, you can eat it as a main dish, or you can have it as a side, but I like eating it as a main. So, there we go. Nice pancit. Believe me, I haven't had pancit in a long time, so you could just imagine. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. Okay, so here we go with our pancit. It smells so delicious, and it looks so good. So what I'm going to do is just kick it up a notch and add a little more soy sauce to mine. Like I said, you can add it to your taste because you don't want it to be too salty. And we know soy sauce is salty. And then I'm going to add a little bit of sesame oil. Just going to mix it around. And as I said, you can use different kinds of meat. You can use pork, chicken, shrimp is very good. Okay. Let's get a piece of pork. Let's get some of the noodles and the vegetables. Let's give it a taste. Just as I remember it. Such a good dish. Got a bone there. And it's so, it's almost like a comforting dish. It's really comforting. So, thank you for joining me on this edition of Exploring Foods with Smitty. Give this a try. You won't be sad that you did, and your kids will love it. Because you know kids love noodles. So anyway, thank you for joining me. And I have more videos coming. Here's to Pancit.